Iron Man has a very close connection with the War on Terror. Tony Stark himself is a symbol of American power and the military might of the United States, with specific examples including the missiles created by Stark Industries and the suits themselves, with the main point being corruption. Obadiah Stane represents this, and looking through the lens of production, the terrorist group known as the Ten Rings reveals the dark underworld of corruption, even within criminal organizations. The group represents Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan, and the focus of the movie is to show how taking responsibility for your actions and not giving in to corruption is able to defeat evil, and that money and materials are not needed to succeed. The movie opens with a missile demonstration by Tony Stark, showing the might of his company's missiles. This immediately evolves into chaos as a terrorist group attacks Stark and his men, leading to him being kidnapped, but not before seeing one of his own missiles being used against him. This use of his missiles makes him want to stop production of them entirely, and he finally sees the true destruction they cause firsthand. The group that kidnapped him wanted him to build them more missiles, and left him and a rocket scientist to create them in a cave with a box of scraps. The importance of the scraps is that the arc reactor is built out of nothing, showing that Stark doesn't need the money to be good at what he does, which is the inverse of Stane. Stark builds a suit of armor and makes an arc reactor for his chest since he has shrapnel in it, and can escape by using the suit. This ability to escape shows his ability to work with what he has, and his abilities are not a result of money. This leads him to create more suits to try to help defeat the Ten Rings when he returns. He stops the production of missiles by his company, but his business partner, Obadiah Stane, is furious about it and says it will ruin them. Stane is annoyed about this, since he is secretly selling weapons to the Ten Rings, and goes to their leader before using a sonic taser to rob him of blueprints of the suit that Stark made in the cave. Stane uses these blueprints to attempt to create a suit of his own, but isn't able to design an arc reactor with the supplies, even though, as Stane states,
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
This highlights the factor of production, showing that Stane is unable to match Stark's capabilities, even when he has access to materials that Stark didn't. Ultimately, the inability to create an arc reactor leads him to steal from his own boss and attempt to kill him out of greed. Production plays a key role in the corruption of Iron Man, as Tony Stark initially uses his wealth to manufacture weapons, but later redirects it to protect the world from terrorists and other threats. Stane's corruption is due to greed and a lust for power, and the best example of this comes when he is unable to reproduce an arc reactor. His greed gets to his head, and he tries to kill Tony Stark at his own house. He uses the sonic taser to paralyze Stark temporarily, and he would have died if he didn't have a backup arc reactor. The greed of Stane reaches a boiling point in this part of the movie, and he completes his Ironmonger suit, which was designed to defeat the Iron Man suit. After a long battle, Iron Man emerges victorious, defeating corruption and demonstrating the change he makes by taking a profit loss and stopping the creation of missiles. The change in character shows that not giving in to greed is beneficial. The lens of production reveals how greed and money can lead to detrimental actions, and the temptation of money can have far-reaching impacts that are not immediately apparent. In the end, Iron Man demonstrates how production can lead to corruption and evil. Obadiah Stane's battle with Tony Stark illustrates how a redeemed man who learns from his mistakes can come out on top because he doesn't cut corners or try to cheat and abuse the system.